Greetings everyone. My name is Vianney. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on today's topic on today's episode, I just want to give you guys some of my recaps on trade I took last week. So I just have the opportunity to do that right now. So last week has been hectic for me. So I have the opportunity to do that right now, which I'll be doing right now. So I just want to use this medium to thank you all for sticking to my video, for the subscribe, like, and share, and your positive comments. I'm very grateful. So on today's topic, I'll be sharing my view for last week, trade I took last week. So as of last week, we were at this point after the last video that I made on YouTube. I think we were at this point. So what was the next operation? Actually, this is another layout. Another layout. This is not my actual where I do my analysis, which I'll be showing you guys at the next. After the end of this class, I'll be showing you guys every trade that I took, everything. So at this point, this is where the market. The last video I made, this is where we ended, and this is the like opening of the market or something like that, the closure of the market, something of that nature. So at this point, when market opened, what was our analysis? So at this point, where markets closed, so me looking at higher time frame, I went to the higher time frame. I saw that you can see that actually we have already swept this place. We have already swept this buy side liquidity, and this thing is acting as our inducement. So now this is an order block. This is an order block. The last bearish candlestick responsible for a sell downward to this side. So I map out my order block. I map out my order block. So what I need now is confirmation. And I see this is the last bullish candlestick or this thing. So we want to go down, we want to ride this straight down to maybe an unmitigated block here to continue the buy upside. Because I told you guys we are waiting for an all-time high in no time, and we are going to do that soon. Coupled with this war that we are having, we are going to hit all-time high as soon as possible. So right now I move down to my 45 minutes time frame to the lower time frame to look for a confirmation. Let's play till market opens. So let's play till market opens. So now I think market has opened. So at this point now, a lot of people might be want to sell from here, but I wasn't interested to sell from here. Yes, market has already tapped into my POI, which is the other block. I need a confirmation for a sell. So what was my confirmation? At this 45 minutes time frame, which is the lower time frame, there is what they call, there is what I used to enter this trade. So what did I use to enter this trade? I use I use what they call Falcon strategy, which is the use of trend line. You can use trend line liquidity or a lot of blah blah blah. So this is my trend line. This is my trend line. First touch, second touch, and the third touch. Let's say it not mitigates the wick, but it mitigated the body of this thing right now. So, and at this point, just like this is a pullback, and this was like the opening of the market. So it's just like you expect that. So right now, markets close and start dropping. Right now, I was interested since market has started dropping. Since market has started dropping, I should take my buy immediately since it mitigates my trend line liquidity or my Falcon strategy. So I took a sell from here, from this point. Then I use Hold on. I use SL, I think 50 pips or 70 pips due to my POI is actually on a higher time frame, and my POI is actually on a higher time frame, and I don't want anything to. So now this is what I use. So my TP should be here. My TP should be around here. My TP should be this zone right now. This zone now with a break or structure. Let's just put it somewhere here or something like that. So now let's play the chart and see what it has for us. Sure you guys understand. So now this this is our first point where markets drop into our period. Market change character creates an engineer liquidity instead of using this block. But this is not a valid order block. Well, it doesn't break a structure. So I use the trend line liquidity of Falcon strategy. So let me play the market and see what it had for us. So you can see that at this point right now, at this point if you drop down to, let me say, 3 minutes time frame or lower time frame to be precise, you will see that the confirmation that you need will actually show in graph. So at this point now, when markets drop into this place, our confirming our trend line liquidity now, markets drop down. So now markets came back and broke structure. Market came down and broke structure now. So here was the first pullback. Here was the first pullback. So here we serve as a liquidity. And now here, this block right now that showed us a break of structure. Let's go to 1 minute time frame. Let's see that where it has break structure. So okay, markets move higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then markets dump down to create higher low, higher low right now. So this is a break of structure. This is the block responsible for the change of character. Now it's created, the first pullback was the switch serve as the inducement. So if you make use of this block, then we can say that okay, let's remove this thing right now. So now if you make use of this block, let's say make use of this block, which you can see that this block is actually acting as the current resistance here. Share you graph. So now we use our center of the resistance, then use the 50 pips. Use the 50 pips. Since our initial analysis was on a higher time frame, use the 50 pips. Let's check whether it's still 50 pips. Let's say okay, 60 pips here, 50 pips. So now so our target is break this structure, showing that we are now on a downtrend. Change color. So let's go back to 45 minutes time frame. Then change the character. Then change character and break this structure. So let's play it now and see what it had for us. Exactly. We have taken this low out. You can see that we broke this structure with this it's a good distance. We have already broken this structure. Market has changed a good character with a good weak downside with a good breakout structure. So this was my first trade that I took. This was my first trade that I took, I think. So this was my first trade. So look at it. This was my first trade. This was my first trade. So my second trade was since now we are now on a downtrend. Since now we are now on a downtrend. So right now I'm looking for a sell continuation since that we are doing higher high, higher low. So we are going to be seeing a leg up like higher high, higher low to the downside. So right now, I look for okay which zone right now will determine the higher low. So right now, I map out this my breaker block here. Let's say 15 minutes time frame. Let's look for it well. So you can see this block right now. I map it out. I map it out. This block right now. I map it out. So now you can see even this one now is the inducement for you. So let's play the chart and see how it reacts for a sell continuation. Shit, it has already hit our TP. Hold on. So okay now. So I actually took my trade from here. So let's go back to 45 minutes time frame. So this is where I this is actually where I took my trade. Okay, hold on. So I took my trade from this breaker block from here, from this breaker block downside for a sell continuation to this block. You can see that this is the block that has a let's move this thing back again. Hold on. I don't mean to let's not get confused. I'm just trying to let's not get confused. So now I took myself from here. I took myself from here, though my SL was actually big. So to this point. So just like a cell continuation, but I actually refined it on a lower time frame. So right now, my TP was for price to hit here, for price to hit here, which it actually did, which it actually did. So playing out the charts, so this was the block responsible for the break of structure. So you can see how it went. So right now, I root for since price has taken out this zone right now. So I didn't cash my buy on time. You can see that it is a beautiful buy. This my TP was a beautiful buy. So let's see our sell stops here. So now let's drop down to a lower time frame again to find a sell continuation. A like I was interested to buy from this zone right now, and you can see that's giving us a reaction. So now I'm looking for a this thing. I'm looking for a re-entry for a buy continuation, which I did okay at the 45 minutes time. But let's go down to 15 minutes time frame to look for a re-entry. So at this point right now, this was after price entered a point of interest. This was our first pullback. Our first pullback. This was the first pullback made. So now I use this block. I use this mitigation block. The week of this candle is there's another block there. So I use this block to buy to this extent. I bought to this extent to this block, which it didn't hit TP though, but I up out on time. I up out on time. So my this thing was here. So TP is actually here. Since that we are on a downtrend, as you all can see that, okay, if you draw a trend line, you see that we are actually on a downtrend. You see, so our best TP should be this block. Our best TP should be this block. Our best TP should be this block. So you can see our best TP. So our TP, but my TP was just somewhere here, which I was waiting for it to break out this zone with a break of structure. So, but I actually up out. I have really break even, so it hit my break even. So the best TP was this block, which I ignored. So at this point, let's play the chart and see what the chart has for us. So this was a good partial for it. So and you can see that this trend line right now, this thing when this trend line was broken, it came back to do a breakout and retest, which you can see that it's a good buy to this extent. You can see it started giving a good rejection here, which is was a good opportunity for me to up out the market, which my market didn't end up hitting TP at that point. So let's play the market. So the next thing right now, the next opportunity which I caught was the next opportunity which I caught was around this zone 2. I caught a sell continuation to the downside. Okay, let's play the chart and I'll show you where I caught another opportunity. So you can see how market is sharing. This place doesn't want to break out. So you can see that it was a good opportunity for us to up out. It was a good opportunity for us to up out. So the next day, I came to understand that okay, this market didn't break out, so this was the best option for you to. Like I told you, this was my TP, but this was the best opportunity. This block was the best opportunity. Which, if you took your TP to this place, good and fine, good and fine. So you all know that we are on a downtrend. To buy is very risky. So the next day, knowing fully that I'm on a downtrend. So what was my another initiative? What was my whole initiative? So my whole initiative was okay, sorry. So my whole initiative the next day is that okay, I'm on a downtrend. So what should I do? What should I do? So I drew a trend line from here to here. So I drew a trend line from here to here. I drew a trend line from here. So I said that okay, once price reach here, once price gets here, I'll look for a sell continuation to the downside. So at this point, at this trend line, which block was responsible for a sell continuation? So I say okay, if price give me good instances, I will sell from this breaker block with confirmation. I'll sell from this breaker block with confirmation. So which okay, let's play the chart and see how it went. So my POI, said POI was here to the downside to break a structure here to take this block. There is a block here. Okay, market has created an engineer liquidity, which is here, Market created an engineer liquidity. So now my whole POI, why do I call this thing a block? If you go down here, you see that this is the last bearish candlestick. So this is the last bearish candlestick. So you can see that it falls to the 50% of the zone. So now let's delete and go back to maybe 15 minutes. So now, okay, let's go back to 5 minutes and check some things. So now my TP should be here around here. So let's play the chart. Let's play the chart and see what it had for us. So your SL will kind of big. Your SL will be above this thing. So your TP. So let's play the chart and see how it goes. You see, you see. So you can see that even self the this first this first this first breaker block was a trap. So this breaker block was the one validated for it. This breaker block with a fair value gap. It used the fair value gap to validate. So let's continue. Since it didn't hit us out, let's continue our trade to the downside. So you can see that it almost touched our trend line. It's actually touched our trend line. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Hold on. So now I made a mistake. I made a mistake. So our TP, I think I existed at this point. Existed at this point. So this was my shortest sell as of last week. I existed at this point. So I saw another opportunity the next day. The next day. So let's play the chart and see the next opportunity that I saw. Okay, it's finally hit TP, sir. It finally hit TP. It finally hit TP. So sorry, but this was my shortest trade ever. After this one, this was my shortest trade ever. So at this point now, market came back to use this block right now. Then this block now mitigated here. So let's play the market to give us a good structure. We saw a change of character. So now let's go to 15 minutes time frame. Let's go to 15 minutes time frame. So look at what I saw at the 15 minutes time frame. So now market this block now, since this block mitigated this block now, so this block here mitigated this one now. So I was interested to sell from this block. So now this block now, look at what happened here. This block right here mitigated this block, which you can see the massive sell. Why this block here mitigated this one, which you can see the massive sell. Now this block right here, which this place is now serving as the inducement, mitigated here for this sell to change character. So I was interested to sell from here down to this side, down to market change character. Market change character. So hold on. Let me close this one. Let me close this one. So I want to sell. So market to sweep, because this thing now is a sell side liquidity that market need to sweep. Market need to sweep this thing. So I was interested that, okay, since we are down trend, market will surely sweep this sell side liquidity. So but market on Monday, market was kind of tricky, man. So you can see the dump and market reverse to this place. Market almost came to our zone like 5 times before the actual dump. So I was interested to sell from here, from here to the downside to the liquidity zone. Then I took my zone like this with a good breathing space. Where I said at 50 pips I use also sell. Because when market is crazy, you just need to give it a breathing space because it's surely going to hunt your SL and start going your way since you know what you are doing. So my TP was for market to break this structure and hit that block downward. So which block am I talking about? Which block am I talking about? So this was the mitigation block downward that I'm talking about. Okay. So now I think we took our buy from here. We took some buy here. We took there's a buy that we took from this breaker block to this upside. Then this unmitigated block now, so you can see this inducement zone right now. So I want to this FVG now was close to this inducement. I want market to reach here. So let's say we can actually put our TP either here or let's say here, maybe we adjust it with time. So now let's play the chart and see what the chart has for us. Sorry. So I think I made a mistake. This was the point that I entered the market. This was the point I entered the market. And our first TP was for market to sweep here, which market actually did. Market actually did. So now our final TP, our final TP was sorry. Our final TP is for market to dump to an extent. Okay, to this extent. There was another opportunity that I took, which actually it's broke. So my intention was since this one now. Okay, hold on. Let me not rush the process. Let's go back to 45 minutes. I think most of my analysis was at the 45 minutes time frame. The 45 minutes time frame. So my first TP was okay. Let's play the chart. Okay, market even went to that our this thing our that our zone to continue. So you can see we actually did well. So now let's adjust our zone. Let's adjust our zone to this place. But actually, the market was actually noisy. I think I entered here and market came to our like POI like 3 to 5 times before it played out where So let's continue the chart and see how what market had for us before the massive dump. As the market came out to our POI, market was kind of trickish that Monday. Okay, market has hit our TP. I think our TP was kind of far. Our TP was kind of far, which this was not our TP. Our TP was kind of far. Our TP was kind of, this is not the first TP. I think this was the first TP. So now, our this thing, our TP was this zone right now. These are, like you all know, our TP was this zone, like I explained on the 15 minutes time frame. The inducement here, the inducement here. So let's adjust our TP to this inducement. Other 15 minutes inducement. So let's play. So but there's something that I did which was kind of funny when market came into, okay, let's play till market hit our TP. Let's delete this thing now. Okay, market has hit our TP. Okay, you can see that. Look at what we actually did. We bought here, we bought at this POI, we bought at this POI, then we bought at this breakout and retest, we bought to this extent, then the new market opening, we bought, we sold, market became bearish, we start selling. So at this point, coming down to 15 minutes time frame, or let's say 10 minutes time frame, coming down to 10 minutes time frame, we have this unmitigated block right now. So what do we do at this unmitigated block now? So now this is the inducement. This is the inducement for the unmitigated block, which we target to up out at our inducement zone. You can see we up out at, then we take our buy at this other block here. We take our buy from this other block here. But you all know that since we are bullish, any buy that we are taking, we should be conservant, that any buy we are taking should be a short buy. Share you grab. So we take our buy from here to the upside, to the nearest distance. So since we are bearish, but look at the big mistake that I did at this 45 minutes. At this 45 minutes, so I thought that, okay, market has already picked up our whole this thing, our whole has pick up our unmitigated zone right now. So I was looking for a re-entry to continue my buy to the upside, which, okay, I think I took, what I did was I took this first pullback. I marked it as an engineer liquidity. Then I took my buy from here. I set a buy limit from here, which markets actually broke out. So now my whole TP was this inducement, which I don't know that market has already mitigated. I don't know that market has mitigated it from here and it sold. So now I was thinking that, okay, I will buy it to this extent, which was my only loss that I took. The only loss I took as of last week. So you guys should understand the risky of buying on a downtrend, directional bias. So if I thought that I was reasonable enough, I'll know that this is another mitigation block for me to sell from to the downside. But I was reasoning to buy since, okay, all the whole unmitigated zone has already been. So I didn't pay attention when and markets broke out. You can see with immediate effect, I took an L. I took a massive L. So right now, this was the last trade that I took for the week. Share you grab. So the next trade I'm looking out for, and when market took out my entry here, I think market bought. Share you grab. Market took out my entry and bought. So now when market, and it just looked like that, I don't know what I did. So look at my next POI right now. So I'm thinking of, since this zone now, this zone now, this zone it's gated here, it's bought. came back here, used this breaker block to buy. This zone now mitigated this zone. So I'm thinking that my next POI for a sell or a buy right now, let's hold on, let me delete this thing. So my next analysis is the market will sweep here, market will sweep here, the market will sweep here, then use this block now to continue its buy to the upside. I don't know if you guys understand. Use this block now to continue this side. Because at this point, market took me out and started buying. Let's remove this thing. Let it not be. Let our chart be clean. Always make your chart neat. It's very important. So, okay, let me tell you. Let me show you. Let's play the chart and see what market had for us. When market took us out, market start buying. But there is something that I strongly believe. When markets reach our, whenever market gets to your inducement zone, there is always a reaction. So I think this is a reaction to the upside. Why secondly, I think that I misuse my buy since this one broke out, took us at loss. I think we misuse because this was my initial TP which market actually take out before that Friday ends. So now I think I actually misuse my POI. I should have bought at this zone which I called order block. Check that. So let's put this in. If I should have bought from here, it's just that that 15 minutes inducement which I took TP. So I was thinking that okay, there's a hidden block here, there's a block here at the lower time frame that okay I should have bought. So when markets react, I think that okay, here will be, you know that when markets react at your POI, it will change character, then give you an engineer liquidity, then you buy at the block responsible for the change of which I did, and market hits me out. Then market came back here at this block right now and start buying at a sniper entry. If okay, let's take for instance that we actually bought from here, SL below here, then I shouldn't have even be thinking of another T. So if we should have bought here, then from here to this place, which is our TP, will be actually predictable. Let's play the chart and see whether it hits our TP. You can see our TP hits. So I think this is where market is right now, which right now that I'm making this one, this is the opening of the market right now. So now why I choose this place as my TP was, this is the first after the dump, this was the first pullback which served as an inducement. So this block right now was the next POI for a sell continuation, a sell continuation. So today's block, unmitigated block. So now today being Monday, I'm thinking my analysis, which before I click on a buy or sell, I need to get a good confirmation, a good change of character at the lower time frame. Then I'll enter. I strongly believe that market will sell from here to either here, and continue the buy. Then we start chasing all-time high. Once market sweep here and here, then we know that market has changed from being downtrend to an uptrend. Share you grab. So now forget about this thing. We didn't hit TP here, we take a loss here, and which is the only loss that we took. Share you grab. So my first thought for the week is market will come back here and continue buying. And my second thought is I will take a sell from here to this downside, to this block, then to either this block I will take profits here, then look for a buy continuation here with a good confirmation, or I'll take my buy here. So this, let's play the chart and see where the current market is right now. I think that's where the current market is right now. So let's delete the play button. Okay, see, this is where market is right now. So you taking a sell from here is very healthy than you taking. You can see you can actually take a sell from either you TP here. This place is like this thing. This place is a 130 pimps plus, or you take TP at this point 138 pips, or you can actually take TP here or here, anyone. So the safest TP is either you take TP at 100 pips plus this place, which this place is like actually like a breaker block, a valid breaker block. So or you take TP here. So let's say that our TP is here. But before I venture, I'm not actually on this sell, but before I venture into this sell, I'll see a good change of character, maybe in the lower time frame. Going to the That's already give a good change of character self. So this was the first point I saw. So change character, use the block consulting for the trade and it's dropping nicely. So I've missed the trade, but this is a good setup. I'm not a type that risks big to make small. So this is it. So for my so you can see that all the whole trade that we actually took it so look at when it entered our POI, which is the only loss. I took is a buy from here. So that's on which was my last loss. And it was actually on profit. Okay, the first zone was actually on profit. Okay, we took this sell, that small sell that we took. Then we now take our initial sell to the downside, 100 pips. You can see how the sell, that big sell that we took, and you can see where our entry was actually a snipe. So you can see the ranging market. So the market hit our TP, you can see people that made profits. A lot of people made profits. So look at the entry that we took an L. So now it failed. I obeyed them that we actually failed at this point. So this is my next trade, which is this inducement zone and this POI. So now coming back to this place. So let's go to my so coming back to this place. So this is where I took all the whole trade. This is where I took all the whole trade. And which this is where I've been doing all the whole video on my trade. So you can see the sell, the only loss that I took here. So which you can see that this place was actually my TP, and here is a good sell opportunity to the downside. It took us out and started buying. So I've already set alarm, though I've not set my buy POI here, but I'm actually waiting for a buy to the upside. So all-time high. So this week is going to be a bloodbath. Minimize your risk to reward, because we are having war between Trump and Iran, USA and Iran. So minimize your risk to reward. Don't look for risking 20 pips to make 1,000 pips. I don't think it's possible this time around, because there's going to be a bloodbath. So thank you all for sticking with me to this extent. I wish you all the best. If you want to get access to my group, you send a DM through the link to my bio, get access for free. So I only operate on WhatsApp, I don't operate on Telegram. So but my journals are on Telegram, which some people I do give them access if I see that I should, not all people. So I'm not here to announce any journal or something like that. So just telling you my group is for free, where I share my setup, daily setup. So thank you all for sticking with me to this point. I really appreciate. Peace out.